Hi everyone, my name is Donkey, and today we're back reviewing another game. Today we're reviewing a game called Deep Cover Agency, a squad-based top-down shooter. And I've had a little go at it, and I'm actually quite surprised because it doesn't have any comments. Relatively old, May 23rd, so I don't know if it's been updated since then, but either way, like it's still relatively old, about half a year, a bit more. But yeah, we're gonna give it a review because no one's really commented on it, and I think that's a bit weird because it's a really well made game, actually, from what I could see. But anyway, there is some little comment here. So, Deep Cover Agency is a prototype for a top-down action game where you play as an agency which undertakes various paranormal missions. This game is still a major work in progress, and you can play it here, which is what we're gonna do. There was some interesting things here, which I hadn't, it kind of made it stand out a little bit more. So the squad-based combat was something I was quite interested to see because it didn't feel like that bad. I'll go into what my thoughts are about that. But in terms of that, it made it a little bit more interesting over just your normal stealth action game. That was quite nice to see. Procedural map generation. That's something I always like to see because it always keeps it random and interesting. Tutorial terrain, also the same as that kind of thing. It makes it more interesting. A little bit more random, a little bit more exciting. One mission. Well, that's maybe not the greatest thing, but it's nice to see that there's different outcomes. And planned, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but anyway. So WSD to move, left click to shoot, right click to expand vision, spacebar to spread, control to crouch, and shift to take cover. So it's relatively simple. The controls all seemed okay to me. I'll go into a little bit I've got about controls just in a minute. So yeah, start off with this little map. The map is different every time, something I've noticed. So let's kind of go in the middle. Now this is the thing that I think was a little bit weird, was the control with the mouse. So I don't know if you can see this. You start off with the mouse in the middle, and I was thinking, fine, great. There is some sort of rotation going on. So, you can rotate your squad, and then if you move, you kind of move in the direction that you're rotated, like that, you see? The problem with this is that it means our mouse is, really weirdly, stuck in the middle. I don't know if you can see. So if I move my mouse, let's say to the other side of my mouse pad, I'm moving right. You can see there that my mouse on the screen doesn't actually move that much. So there we go. If we go the other way, my mouse isn't actually moving. So my guess is that you've got some sort of attempts to freeze the mouse in place, but it's not really worked that great. And it can cause little glitches, like here my mouse gets a little bit stuck for some strange reason. And it also means that it's almost impossible to get out of the game without tabbing out. So possibly rethink that. I mean, you can just escape and do that, but what I would say is maybe you just have I'm trying to think how the best way of doing it would be. It's quite tricky. Maybe either have the mouse frozen in the middle, and you don't see the mouse. So like this bit that you've got here, but just don't draw the mouse. You can do that in Game Maker, and that does normally work. The only thing it won't work is when it comes off a little bit like there. But realistically, that won't happen that often. And then just have it so that if you press a button, like escape or something, you go to a menu, and then the menu breaks you out of the mouse lock. Now that's probably how I would go about doing that, and that's how main big 3D games kind of work these days. So anyway, we're gonna walk to the section. So there is a squad there, and this is where the terrain thing comes in quite nicely. So here, I'm not that bothered about the controls. The controls, after a bit, you do get used to them. I want to see the destroyable terrain. Guess we won't. Can we? Okay, there we go. So they go a bit darker when they're about to go. So we can spread out, something that I think's quite cool. Take cover. Okay, so we took one down. Took two down. And we can use this to kind of look up there as well. So, I mean, overall, it seems like quite nice. Oh. The squad movement seems pretty neat, if I'm honest. It doesn't feel too like clunky. That I was afraid it would. It feels kind of like you're playing with one character, but you're actually playing with like a few. And because the controls kind of work quite well in that favor, so it makes it a little bit nicer to use. So because it's just a matter of just pressing buttons to either hide or whatever, it does make it a little bit easier in that sense. With the movement, I was afraid it would feel a little bit too complicated almost, but it feels kind of smooth, and not too complicated at all, really. So yeah, it's quite nice to see. So I'm not sure what happens here. I have to go and process it. Oh, and there's lots of things going on there by the looks of things. Yeah, I don't think we were ever going to make that. So anyway, I was kind of wondering, if it says like investigate up there, if we move, okay, yeah, so it is, yeah, wherever you go, you've still got to go like 70 or 80 meters. So escape just kind of resets it, I think, rather than like cheating. So I want to see what, okay, probably shouldn't do that, but so yeah, if we press escape, it kind of resets. That's not in the controls, so it'd be nice to see that. So yeah, possibly have some sort of like pausing option, just so you can break your mouse free a little bit without having to restart the whole thing. That would be pretty nice to see. I think this game could also work quite well in full screen, so possibly add that as an option. Maybe in your menu that you're now going to go and make. Either way, this could all be irrelevant because it is quite old, so it could just be completely out of the works now and onto the new thing because it is a prototype you said here. So yeah, you may have built it into something else by now. But anyway, that would be my kind of feedback based on that kind of systems rather than the actual gameplay. So hopefully it'll come in handy with any other future games that you want to make in that genre. So anyway, if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, or what you guys want to do, and I will talk to you in the next one.